Let me introduce you to the Spiri show with Robren. We have our industry sponsors, which is the International AI Association, and Moshe Husu, which is a prominent industry listing, as well as ChangeU, which is the world's leading change experts. So today's topic for the show is what's in store for you in the year of the dragon, which is 2024, and it's happening next Saturday, the 10th of February. Will be the year of the dragon. So today we'll be talking about different aspects of the Chinese zodiac, which is quite different from the Western astrology. So a little bit of myself. So I'm known as the father of Asia firewalking. I brought firewalking to Asia even before Tony Robbins came to Asia. That was like in the 90s. So I can see here evidence of me training the TVB stars. In this show is the world's first and only, from what I know, live charity show where we raise funds for the Donghua charity show by TVB channel, and we raised $68 million that night. I'm also known as the CEO and Celebrity Whisperer, where a lot of celebrities and top tycoons and CEOs share their secrets, their life, and with their permission, I will share their stories with my corporate clients as well as my spiritual, because this show is actually the spiritual show. I also have another show called The Early Show with Robren, which is more about corporate AI, leadership, soft skills, and we cover every industry. So the Spiri is much more spiritual and more metaphysics. I also trained 250,000 students. I'm known as the Chief AI Visionary. I did 3 AI startups, AI University, International AI Association, because I felt that AI has a dark side. Just like in everything, as you know, in spiritual, if you know about religion and the yin and yang, you know, the light and darkness. So these are all universal concepts that that religions, just about all religions, talk about, you know, light conquering dark and all that. So that's why I started the International AI Association, because of some of the very important issues like unemployment. Will AI replace your jobs, as well as deep fake and all that. Later I'll talk about. In fact, in another show, I'll talk about how even Taylor Swift is targeted for deepfake, as you probably know, last week. I'm also, the other startup is Moshe Husu, which is a speaker bureau as well as a mastermind. So I'm actually known as the Angel Whisperer, because later I'll tell you about my story, where in my late wife's and twin so-called Brenda, actually in her last 25 minutes of her life, conferred me to be her angel whisperer. So within 1 year, I cracked the angelic code, which I now call Spiri, which is a secret code to everything, which is the name of this show. So this is a bit of my background and my track record and the top brands. This is more on the corporate side. Let me introduce you Angelis. Angelis is our Spiri show's AI mascot. He may put things in the chat, and he's quite active. We're going to cover a few topics today, and one of the segments is about the personal growth principles. So I will cover a bit of the 9 deadly vices. These are the 9 deadly vices. All of us have a dark side. You have a dark side. I have a dark side. Even the Pope has a dark side, or Hitler has a dark side. And of course, we have the light side and the dark side. So these are the the 9 deadly vices, namely jealousy, which we all know. Any of these 9 vices can destroy you or your department or your company. Because if someone let this happen, it can actually has destructive aspects. So jealousy is one. Greed is very much part of corporate, and especially with Web3 and crypto, and greed is very much runs with, especially even the Chinese. They are really into making money and making business. Gluttony is about food. Lust obviously is quite different from uh, from love. In fact, I will cover that tonight. Then there's laziness, which is sloth, and anger. I think anger is also, all of us got various degrees of the 9 vices. So whether it's arrogance, addiction is so very big. Addiction is, in fact, nowadays with Gen Z, is addiction to the internet, and addiction to your phone, addiction to checking your email, checking your WhatsApp messages. We spend like 4 or 5 hours a day just on the phone or in the internet. And attachment, what are we attached to? Which is a negative form of love. So let me talk about lust. So apparently, Pope Francis just 2 weeks ago described that sexual pleasure is actually God's gift, which is very interesting. You can read the article in which is posted in our organization website. It's called WW Change You Group. So Angeles, you can type in the group chat, in a Zoom chat, this link to the article. In fact, the article has got this where he actually described that, like, in fact, you even talk about porn and how all these aspects can damage you. So it's quite interesting article. I think it applies to everyone. So whether you're young or whether they are old, but he does say that it is the sexual pleasure. It is a gift, and we should not abuse it. So that's a key message in that. I think lust and love is very different. When you operate from love, it goes beyond lust. It goes beyond seeing the physical body, the bodily attractions, because lust cannot last forever. Lust is temporary, where you are so engrossed in that whole physical aspect. But what's long term is actually love. Love goes beyond the physical. It goes to conversations, it goes to intimacy, and we don't mean sexual intimacy, we mean really close to each other, being at one with each other. So that's what we mean. In all religions, they talk about at one with yourself, at one with your partner, so at one with God. So this at oneness is the union. So that's why sexual is just one aspect of the human experience, where you are at one with another partner, and it's one of the most wonderful things that you can ever experience. In fact, sexual pleasure can be a very uplifting, and can even be a reward, or even be a relief, even be a relaxation for you. And I think we should not see it as bad. This is like money. Money is not good or bad. Is your intention with money, or your intention with sex. So you have evil intention with sex, obviously then become evil. So it's all about intentions, and it's all about what you do with that, and it's all about consent and all that. So I think this is a very important aspect, and I think Pope Francis mentioned about, is the you know, we should have consent, and men, especially in the audience, should be aware about having consent from the other female partner. Especially this is a very male phenomenon, right? And this is where sexual abuse comes in, and a lot of problems comes later. So I think whether we like it or not, the lust aspect affects all of us to some degree. In another show, I'll talk about something called daji, or it's actually a Chinese word meaning it's actually a myth that there's an entity called Fu Lei Jing. In Cantonese, it's called Fu Lei Jing. Fu Lei Jing is more like the seductive fox, the one that seduces you, and it's got the nine tails, meaning the nine tails of the five. They use the nine vices. They use jealousy. They use anger to manipulate you. They use anger and lust and greed and all this thing to seduce you. So another show I will talk about that, because that topic is a very huge topic, because we are affected by, at least in your lifetime, at least once, if not quite a few times, the Adaji character will come into your life. The twin of that, which is the angelic twin, the evil twin is Daji, but there is the pure version, which is called Kitsoni. Kitsoni is all white. It's the all white fox with nine tails, and it uses sex appeal. It uses, just like, even anger can be transformed into passion. Any of the nine vices can be transformed into something positive. You can use anger as passion. You can use lust as ambition. You can use jealousy as competition. So you can actually transform the nine vices to nine virtues. And there are many ways you can do that. In fact, we are very big in teaching about the nine vices, not just as a spiritual topic, but also in corporate life, because it affects everything. So let me go further. I'm keeping track of time. So today I'm very excited to talk about that we're going to enter the dragon soon. Enter the Dragon sounds like a Bruce Lee movie, but it's actually in 2024 on the 10th February. It's the first day of Chinese New Year. We're moving from the rabbit year to the dragon year. So let's talk about the predictions, okay? So there is a big difference between Western astrology as well as the Eastern or Chinese zodiac. So both have 12 signs. The big difference between the Western astrology is that it's monthly, right? Normally starts on the 22nd. That's why some people are born in the cups, where they're either a Virgo and a Leo, so they're in between. Uh, in the Western astrology is based on the sun, whereas in the Chinese zodiac is based on the lunar calendar. So that's why it's the lunar Chinese New Year, right? Which is coming up. So it's quite different. Is that so in that whole particular year, like coming 10th of February, the whole year is the year of the dragon. So I'll talk about that. But let's go back to the Western astrology. In fact, if you really study Western astrology, most people have the misconception that your sun sign is your real horoscope, but actually it's not true. The sun is only one aspect. There are other 7 planets, okay? So without going too much into that, just understand that when people talk about horoscope and not, they mainly mean that the sun is in which planet. For instance, the sun is in Virgo. I'm Virgo. I'm born on 4th September, so my sun is in Virgo, right? But there are also other planets like the moon. So your moon can be any of the planets, whether it's a sun, in all the different 12 signs. So the moon can be in any of the 12 signs, okay? So then you have Jupiter, Saturn, Venus. Venus is all about love, right? Mars is about war, about being a warrior. Venus again is a love. So these are all different aspects of. If you truly understand a full Western horoscope, it actually covers not just the sun, but the moon, Jupiter, Saturn, Mars, Venus, and all these seven, eight planets that will affect your chart. And then also there's ascendant. Ascendant is the time where when the sun rises. Where is the ascendant? So is separated by 12 hours. 12 hours, the 24 hours separated by the 12 signs. So every 2 hours it changes. So the ascendant at the particular time, wherever you are, whether you are in Hong Kong, in LA, or London, or Africa, or a certain city in Africa, it matters the time of ascendant, right? So the ascendant is quite important. It actually it has a big part to do. Now, the Chinese astrology had the similar thing. They also have the 12, not many people know this, but they actually have, if you study the Chinese Zodiac, they actually have the 12 signs in 2 hours again. So it starts with at 11, kind of different. It starts at 11 p.m. every night. So the hour of the rat, which is the first sign of the Chinese Zodiac. Here you can see the rat is where? These are all like Italian names, right? So, oh yeah, that's the rat. Okay, so the rat it starts with the hour of rat, which is from 11 p.m. to 1 a.m., right? And it then goes all the way to the last hour is the 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. is the hour of the pig, which is the last sign of the Chinese zodiac. So this is quite interesting. So the Chinese also have a similar aspect of ascendant and is by the hour. In fact, if you study the four pillars of destiny, you don't even have you have different elements. You know, there are five elements. The five elements for Chinese are quite different from the West. The West have the earth, wind, fire, air, right? And ether, right? But Chinese have wood, have metal, have fire, have water, and earth. So each of the five elements are very, very important. Okay, now let me introduce you to my first sifu, and in fact, my late wife Brenda and I took from him. He is at that time the only feng shui sifu that teaches in English, and his English is excellent. So most of the time, the very famous feng shui masters or pillars of destiny and all that Chinese divinization, they don't really speak English. They cater for the Chinese or Cantonese market. But Master Raymond Low was the first, and in fact, he taught in the Hong Kong University. There is the evening lifelong learning, and I took quite a few courses from him. I highly respect him. He may not be as famous as, say, Joey Yap, but I think he is very knowledgeable and I deeply respect him. Maybe one day, if you all are interested, I may bring him to different parts of the world like Malaysia, but he's based in Hong Kong. Okay, so let me tell you about Joe. There are some famous Chinese Chinese zodiac authors. So one is Suzanne White, and the other is of course Joey Yap. So Angelus, our mascot, can you just type in? There are a few articles there. In fact, there's one article. I will not cover that because I only got 1 hour. It's a lot I have to cover. But there is one article that's in our website that talks about it's very brief. It's just 2 lines where they teach about Yeah, they give the summary of either by Joey Yap or by Suzanne White, right? Are we okay, crew? Can we continue? We can continue, right? Okay, so yeah, so if you can put in the Zoom chat the link to that article, but we won't be covering that. Okay, so what I'll be covering is the Joey Yap's Thrivers Guide 2024, and I will give you the summary. It's 89 pages, and I've summarized the key points. Okay, let me quickly go into that. So if you look at this overall chart, you can see that this is the guide, and there is 4 key result areas. In fact, in his book, there are 7 key result areas, but we will not cover that because the other 3 are not so. Most people, majority of people, will be interested in wealth, career, romance, and health. The other 3 are something like assets and family and parents and all that. So you can actually look at that. I will give you a link how to download that book from Joey Yap, and it just came out. It's very comprehensive. But I've summarized this in this key result area. Okay. So let's see. So let me just give you an overview of what we're looking at. So there are 4 key result areas, not in any particular order, but for a lot of Chinese, the first thing they always ask in 4 pillars of destiny or as a reading, they also ask about money. As you know, the Chinese are really into that, and it matters, prosperity, because money does affect everything. So the Chinese are very practical people, even, and they're very spiritual too. So wealth obviously features strongly. Then is career. Career is a bit different, right? Career is about your your career path, whatever your career is. Wealth and money is different. It's 2 different. It's interrelated because your career can affect your wealth, and your wealth can affect career. And of course, your wealth can affect your health and all this. When it comes to romance, it doesn't mean you are married. Say you are married, or you already have a partner or life partner. It doesn't mean romance simply means your love life, your in Cantonese. So romance means is how's your relationships faring? Is it warm? Is it nice? So that's what it means. Is a romance, meaning it doesn't matter what sexual preference it is, whether you're multiple partner, it doesn't matter. It's just mainly about romance, okay? And then there's health. So you can see that there are.
Don't eat carbohydrates and don't eat rice.
Who's talking?
Carbohydrate.
Hello? Can someone tell me how many people are in the room? Or maybe I just stop sharing for now. Anyone? Exton? Can you tell me how many in the room? I don't want to leave this. Exton? Oh, Wendy is here. Oh, Sunny is here. Hey, hi.
Hi, Robren. Carry on.
Yeah, it's just a small group, and it's just great that because I only did all this in 3 days, to be honest. So it was quite ambitious for me to do this.
Very ambitious.
Yeah, I'm totally
well.
ambitious.
Carry on.
And I totally wanted to share this before Chinese New Year. So I said I must do it before Chinese New Year, and I told myself I'm going to do it. Thanks, Wendy. You're always supporting us. Let's go further, right? Sunny, what year are you born in? Sok Mei Ye. You born in the year of what? Unmute yourself.
Say, yeah. Snake.
Oh, snake. Okay, snake. You're actually an opposite sign to me, being a pig. So actually, by right, we are opposite poles.
Yeah,
So
yeah, clash.
by right, we can't get along together. But you know
Yeah.
what? My ascendant, my time of birth is snake, which is 9 to 11 a.m. So that's why I'm quite unique as a pig, because my ascendant makes me go get along very well with snakes. In fact, my grandmother is a snake. In fact, I find that I have a lot of snake characteristics, which is revolutionary. Some of the famous snakes are Chairman Mao, Gandhi, JFK, in fact, even the wife. So they do change the world, like the snake changes the skin, right? So
Yep.
so you'd be surprised, even though I'm a pig, but my ascendant makes me able to get along with you. And
Yeah.
Wendy says she's a what? I think earlier you text me earlier. You are
Rooster.
rooster. Oh, you're a rooster. And then, hey, from what I saw your chart, you are second best faring sign of the zodiac. The monkey is number one. Number two is you. So you're in good sign. Okay. Now there are some dragons in this room. Uh, you know what is weird? Most times, say this is a dragon year, the dragon actually will not fare so well. It's very weird. For some reason, in some years, when it's your own year, you actually don't fare well. In fact, dragon is the second, the third less faring of. I'll prove to you why. Okay, let me go back to the presentation. So you can see that this is the result that I tabulated at 100%. Let's talk about wealth only, right? Let's just only talk about wealth. If not, we'll get all the place. So they only have 100 to 30%. According to Zodiac, there's no 20 or 10. They do have 100, which is maximum. So guess what? Goat is number one in in wealth, followed by ox, snake, rat, monkey, and dragon, dog, tiger, and rabbit. So, Sunny, you are 90% wealth. So, depending on what is the key result area, it becomes very important. Is wealth very important to you? For some people, wealth is not very important. Like me, I don't really care much about wealth. I think it's important, but I'm okay. I don't need to buy a Ferrari. I don't need a lot to live. So in a way, I'm not so concerned about money, but money is a form and a measure of success. So and then we have career. So monkey is 100% and pick me. So career is very good. I think this year coming up, monkey and pig is going to do well in terms of career and going ahead. Then there's tiger, ox, snake, rat is 50%, and rabbit. To me, the dividing point between good and not so good is 70%. Okay? So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So in the middle is between 70 and 60. So this is anything that's 70 and above is good. Anything that's 60 and below is not so good. Right? So now we have go to romance. Oh, by the way, there's also this part. Because there's two lines, right? Yeah. So romance, guess nobody, no sign is doing well. There's none in 100% or 90%. So monkey is good in romance, followed by rat, tiger, horse, and rooster. And snake, Sunny, you are at 70%. 70%. It's still not too bad. At least you're within the good lah. Huh? Yeah. And then for me, dragon. I know Exton is a dragon. Can I reveal? So our romance not so good, man.
It's okay. Focus on health.
Focus on health and wealth. Oh, you're very, very encouraging. So yeah, romance. in fact, could be true because me doing the 3 AI startups, I got no time for anybody. I think if I have a relationship,
It's with AI.
yeah, my girlfriend is AI. Okay, it's my wife. Of
Virtual.
course, my virtual wife that I spend most time. So this is a joke lah. My late wife used to say, you spend more time with your MacBook than me. So it's true, it's all true. Even though we used to stay 24 hours, she's my co-partner and we used to co-coach and, we see each other for nearly 24 hours, but I spend more time with the MacBook. So health is very important. Health is very important. So again, no signs for 100% and 90%. Dragon is okay for health. Dragon is best for health. Just like monkey is best for romance and monkey pick for career and wealth, right? But dragon is doing wealth. In fact, wealth and romance is not very good for most. Oh well, we on the fringe, right? So the pig is on the fringe. Now, this thing may matter because, for instance, my brother Jimmy, which I later will share if you can help pray for him, because this is a spiritual channel, and he doesn't have any wealth and career, right? And of course, not romance. So for him, his most important thing is what? Is health. So I'm at least happy that he is second best in health. You can see that the rabbit is here, but the rabbit is the least faring of the sign. Now let me go to the next slide. This is very interesting. So you can see here now I plotted out the ranking. So to me, a very good year is you got to have at least 4 out of the 7 areas. Sorry, you have 4 out of 4 areas that is 70 or higher. Okay, you follow? You have all 4 that are 70 and higher, and only monkey for 2024 has a very good year, right? And the ranking is it total score is 320% out of 400%. It works out on an average of 80% average. So that's the monkey is going to do well. Okay. Then there is what is a good year? A good year is 3 or more of the key result areas are, remember, it's all 3 and above are either at 70 or above. So that becomes a good year for you. So in that, there are snake, horse, goat, rooster, and pig. So the rooster, you can see that is the highest score within the good years. Technically, rooster is approaching more to a very good year. You can see that it's closer. The rest are all at 280. Goat actually, technically, on the average, should be more on the average here. You can see that. But we're all talking about average score, right? And also depends on what is important to you. Because if wealth is very important to you, goat is doing well. So it doesn't matter. It is actually not so well, that is at 2020 when you follow on the thinking. Because if your wealth is most important to you, then the goat is doing well. But the other areas is actually not faring very well, right? And then if it's career, same thing. So it depends what you are aiming for. And don't forget, there's also if you study 4 pillars of destiny, you have different elements in different hour, the day, the month, and all that. So it's quite different. It's more complex than you think. If you do the 4 pillars, it's not just your year of just like the Western astrology. The sun sign is important, but there's also the moon. I have actually 5 planets. I got the sun. My sun is in Virgo, and there are 4 other planets in Virgo. So that makes me a super Virgo. I am like the pure virgin type of archetype, right? So things bother me, purity, right? So so that's why it's quite interesting when you must study the whole aspect. You cannot just study the sun sign. If you know that you have 4 other planets in Virgo, and then your ascendant, guess what? My ascendant is Scorpio. And Scorpio is can be quite evil, revengeful. You know, it attacks you not in front like a tiger, it attacks you from behind, it stings you from behind. So I often say that my dark side is my Scorpio. And my light side is my 4 planets in Virgo and the sun. But yet, once in a while, that dark side, that Scorpio, you know, that evil twin of mine comes out, and it gets me in trouble. So you follow the same thing, the Chinese aspect. Don't forget, if you really study, I would encourage you to study the 4 pillars of destiny, where the year is important, but then it's also month. There is also the month, the day, and the hour. So same thing as the Western astrology, it affects you, and also the ascendant. That's why I said, although I am a year of the pig, but my ascendant, my time of birth, the exact time of birth, at 10:30 a.m. is actually the hour of the snake. So I'm actually very snake as well. So that's why, you know, it's quite interesting. So let's go back to the average here. You have the rat at 260, ox and tiger, right? So you can see that Wendy Tan, you at 290. So you're actually more towards here. But depending on what you are, if you look at overall chart, Rooster. So Rooster is in career. Rooster is in wealth, and a bit of health. Rooster here, and the other rooster I cannot find. Where is it? Here. So you're not too bad lah. See, you don't have anything 50, 40, 30. The worst you are is your romance. Okay, but you're doing you're doing quite well with career, and got 2 very high ranking wealth. And as far as the snake is wealth is good for you, Sunny. And then you have the snake here at romance.
But health is an issue.
Health is what for you?
30%.
50. Health. 50. Here. Can you see?
Oh, yeah. 50.
Yeah, 50 is not as bad as 30.
Borderline case.
Border. This 70, 60 is where it goes from good to not so good. So you are like 2 steps down lah. So time to take care of your health. Don't get too stressed out, because you know what? If you look at the overall chart, I feel that your wealth is trading off with your health. So because your wealth is doing so well.
Yeah, too much stress.
Too much stress, exactly. So you told me that you, if I can reveal that you were a high-powered general manager of a big hotel chain, right? And now you want to not do the rat race, and that's why you joined AI University and
Agree.
international. So maybe initially you may find that, wow, suddenly you have this different type of wealth. It's no longer salary wealth, because wealth are different types. You have salary wealth, and then you have entrepreneurship wealth. So it's different. It's gonna be a new way of doing things, a new way of creating wealth. Before it's 打工仔, right? You're getting a salary. There's although you're very motivated, you won many awards. In fact, Angelis, you can put his bio data. In fact, you can even put that. But you're actually more in the other show, the early show, which is next Tuesday, right? So anyway, if you look at your chart, I think what's happening with your health is because if you look at the translation, is the wealth is giving you this. So then you have to, like they say lah, work-life balance lah.
Yeah, balance it out.
You have to work-life balance. So going back to the rooster, the kokokai, right? So rooster wealth is not bad, 80. Wow, career also that. But wealth, let's see where your wealth is still okay, a bit better than snake. So, to me, the rooster is quite well balanced, and it's got is the second best faring sign according to this guide, right? Okay, let's go back. So now, not so good. I'm sorry, bad news for Dragon. Exton, I know it's your year. So you can see that Rabbit, which is Jimmy, is 170, and then Dragon, and then actually Dog technically could be in the average. You can see that Dog is more in this category. So you have to look at the overall. So now let's look at Dragon. Let's talk about Dragon. So you can see Dragon wealth is 50%, career also at 50%, and health very good for you, Exton. Health is good. So maybe you have to use is kind of reverse from the snake. You use your health to help in your wealth and whatnot. And then unfortunately, your romance sucks now. Okay, so maybe
Focus on
maybe
health and wealth first. Romance will come later.
this one you have to tell Exton, right? So so me too. Unfortunately, me and Pig and Dragon, we are in that category. Our romance not so great, lah. Meaning like maybe we'll be neglecting our love. For me, I don't have a girlfriend or anyone. So of course, I don't mind going for a date. But God knows, I'm running 3 startups. It's not funny. And then not only 3 AI startups, because this is the early stages, I'm also running 2 shows. So I'm super crazy and ambitious. But this is quite important. So you look at the overall chart, then you start to, you have to look at everything, how it interconnects, how your wealth can affect your health, your romance and career, and vice versa. In fact, like a dragon may try to balance the health, because health, you're doing well in health. Unfortunately, you have to trade off with your wealth and what. Okay. So back to the rabbit. See, for most rabbits is the one that's faring the worst. But going back to my brother Jimmy, he's 72 years old. He's mentally challenged since young. So he doesn't care. Wealth is not an issue. Career is not an issue. Romance definitely not. So health. So in a way, I would be concerned if he is in 30%. Then it's not a good sign. So to be real honest, he for 24 days he was not speaking. So, end of last year, and I'm actually taking time off to take care of him and my mother who's 94 years old. So and it is actually at the most inconvenient time to do my startups and my show. But I want to inspire you that it's always an inconvenient time to do anything passionate or your life or whatever. When the iPod came out, when Apple launched iPod, not iPad, it was 2 months, I think, after the 9/11 disaster. 2 months after that, they launched the iPod. Became 50% of their products. So I would encourage those who think that I'll be ready when everything is perfect. But guess what? There's nothing perfect about anything. You have to make choices, and then you live with the choices. So of course I'm having solution. I really training a maid, a foreign maid, to help with this, and also training another agent to help with the buying, because before I did all this thing. So there are solutions to everything, and of course, health you cannot buy lah. I mean, that you can make more money at any time. Anytime you can make more money, but for welfare and care you can't. So in a way, that's why with Jimmy, I'm a kind of and more encouraged now that I see that he's at 70%, and that in fact, besides dragon, actually this whole area, rabbit, horse are okay, including the pig is okay with health, right? So same with me and Jimmy. So I'll be very concerned if it's at 30%. I'll be very concerned. Any questions so far? So this you can get a copy of this. If not, you can also go to our website, and Angelis can send. In our website, you can actually click on to the PDF and you can actually get instant access, or you just go to zodiac.com, Travis. It's quite a good book. Okay. All right. Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Don't worry
Wow.
about this. 風水輪流轉啊，
咩？
風水輪流轉啊。
唔明你講咩？
Don't worry about this. 風水輪流轉啊。Every year it changes.
It's exactly. So I've done my full presentation. I'm still got 10 more minutes. I'm very excited. So I hope this helps you, because in the book it does not give you of course it gives you very detailed, right? If you go to the book, what I find is what I'm very good is connecting the dots, because a lot of inexperienced people that do feng shui or four pillars or zodiac, they may not understand the connection. Like why is it they cannot see the whole picture, and that's why you need to be intelligent. You don't just look at what are the facts. You have to see health, wealth, how does it affect everything, career and romance. Sometimes romance can affect your girlfriend, your wife can influence your money, your everything. So everything is interconnected. We cannot live alone. So that's why this is a very good situation. Any questions, Wendy, Sunny? No.
No, I'm okay.
You're okay.
I always believe these are guides. Don't
Yeah, it's
don't
just guide.
take it-
Yeah, don't
take it as a
dependent.
Bible truth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't think, oh my God, I'm a rabbit. I'm gonna die this year. I'm gonna. I previously proven that supposed to be a very good year was not so good after all, and then some, like wow, this year not good. It turned out it's pretty okay, especially towards the end or the beginning. So that's why you really have to take a pinch of salt. And again, this is based on the year of your birth. It does not tell about your time of birth. So for instance, if you know your time of birth, you just look, starting with red as the first sign, right? It's 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. And then the next sign is ox, then tiger, then rabbit, dragon, snake, right? So you just track. There is an hourly. Maybe what I do is I'll put an hourly chart in the website. So let's see what's in the chat. Anyone? So Angelis, you can put some of these links so that we can do that. So for less than 10 minutes, let me go into into three more things. Let me share back my screen. I'm doing well. I'm surprised I covered so much. So Jackie Call is one of our regulars, but he's not here tonight. I think, with just 3 days to prepare, I think a lot of people were not prepared. But like Confucius said, right? The journey of 1,000 miles start with the first step. So I think this is a very bold step. Actually, doing this show, the two shows, the early show is to do with corporate AI and all that. This Spiri is more spiritual metaphysics. To me, it's quite important to have a balance of the spiritual and, in fact, to me, my secret weapon is the spiritual. My secret weapon is not that I know a lot about leadership, a lot about AI. My secret weapon is my spiritual, my character, what I stand for, because I make sure the 9 deadly vices do not control my life. And that is the spiritual aspect, isn't it? If not, then the AI, you can even have a good tool, but if you're evil, you let one of the 9 deadly vices like anger or jealousy. You can use AI to destroy people. That's why there's such thing as revenge porn and all that, because it's all about intention. So that's why I feel the spiritual is equally important, if not even more important. But unfortunately, people only look at money, people only look at cash, people only look at superficial materialistic measures. But you look at, let me show you, wait, let me show you Jimmy. Jimmy, oh shit. Just looking at this picture make me want to cry. I request you all to send your healing. Now, some people think there's no such thing. You cannot send healing. I believe that you can send good vibrations or your positive thoughts. And you know what? When let me have a sip of coffee. Jimmy went to a home for 2 months. He went in quite normal, came out worse. And when he came out of the home, he did not talk for a few days. And then he got better for 1 week. And then he stopped talking for 24 days. So about 5-6 days ago, he started talking again. So now I'm getting the maid training the maid to take him out, in the wheelchair and in the garden, in the condo garden, and then he's starting to speak. So I did write in my Facebook that he may be slowly dying. He is very skinny, but there are solutions. We are buying him, like nutritional products, like Ensure and all those type of products that are complete and balanced. Cause he's even do not want to eat anything solid, not even the congee. In fact, this one is outdated. He's now only eating liquid food, right? And at the end of he is bedridden, but at the end of the sunset, the maid and I, we take him out to have a nice sunset, enjoy the fresh, and come back, and then he watches the While I Toy, the TVB. In Astro, he's not really watching, but at least he's animated, right? So I request healing. In the future, when we have our spirit shows, we will have healing sessions. And after that, followed by 1 more hour where I will teach you certain things. So let me talk about that later. So this is all, I'm fine-tuning the process. This is my late grandmother. She died at the age of 93. In fact, she died 40 days after my wedding. My wedding is on the I have 2 wedding ceremonies, celebration. One in Hong Kong, in the Hong Kong Park, registered in the Hong Kong registrar, and also registered it in Malaysia. And of course, my mother insists on a Chinese banquet. I wasn't very keen, but I like the Western way. It's the park and it's simple. But my mom, I'm the youngest, right? So he said, no, I'm going to pay for it. I said, oh, okay, okay. If you pay for it, okay lah. That time I was so poor. I tell you, when I did not marry Brenda for money. We are both poor. Neither did she marry. We married for love, seriously. So that's why she is really my twin soul. And this is my grandmother. My grandmother was very sick. In fact, he had a stroke, and her legs, her feet were swollen. My mum was so paranoid that if she dies before the wedding, there will not be any wedding. So she was so paranoid. So already in April I already celebrated the official in Hong Kong, but then 1 month later it's in Ipoh, right, my hometown, and she was so scared that it won't happen. Like, in fact, the key thing was she survived and lived to taste the tea that I served him when I kneeled down. I said to Brenda, I know this is not your culture, but can you just do this for my? He said, of course, I will kneel down, even though she's Portuguese, right? Westerners, they think, why are we kneeling? What is this, a god? So we both knelt and offered tea, and I think the tea must have been very sweet to her. So she was so sick that she did not attend the banquet at night, and but she tasted my tea and gave me the ang pao or lai si. And the next day, I went to see her in her home, and I whispered to her that you should be happy. You should be happy that your last son, of course, Jimmy can't marry for obvious reason. So I'm the last one to get married. So you should be happy to see your, at least from my mother's side. Is of course my mom's only brother is younger, and my cousin, his children, 22 years younger than me, but I'm the last one. So I said, it's okay to go. 40 days later, she went. This was my first taste of being a crossover whisperer. If you do not know what a crossover whisperer is, a crossover whisperer is one that whispers to the soul, that help to the person to rest in peace, to cross over. So that's my first taste of crossover. And since now I've been doing it on the quiet, it's not a business. I do help souls crossover to rest in peace, so to speak. And this is one of the role of an angel whisperer. So in my last 25 minutes at my deathbed with Brenda on the 23rd December 2013, that was 10 years and 1 month. I made a promise to her that I will surrender to God and to being an angel whisperer. But I didn't know what to expect. So 10 years later, I'm now doing this Spiri show. It's taken me this long, and even though there are only a few today, but this is very touching for me. For me, it's not the numbers. I'm encouraged that you're even bothered to attend. Okay. So, wow, it's just past 10. Okay. So in the future, the next Spiri show will be in 2 weeks' time. Also on a Saturday, will be on the 17th. I'll talk about numbers, and I'm very good with numbers. I've studied numbers since 1986, long time ago, and I know the different systems. So I will talk about the numbers guide to your career, as well as changing your name. So like I know Wendy Tan, some of the time you put a double Y. To me, is to do with numerology. So I have studied it, and I use it to do branding. So the branding got certain vibration, and it's got to do with numbers, so that you can actually calculate whether it's in alignment with your number. And my number at birth is a 4-1, right? I'm born on the 4th, right, of September, and my total number is 37. If you 3 + 7 is 1. So whereas Brenda is actually born at 7 and April, and the total number is 29. 2 plus 9 is 11. So it's a 7-11 person. I'll talk about why these numbers become important. In fact, in 2 weeks' time, I will share you why numbers feature it's one of the symbols that I talk about, because symbols comes in numbers. And in my life, 7-11 occur a lot in my life. I can see it in the car license, in places I sit, and not only that, just to give you a sneak peek of 2 weeks' time, I call her, my late wife, as Angel Brenda. She's the only angel that has cracked the computer. That means next time I'll show you the actual proof, which I bought 2 hours after she crossed over, and it's got 2 of a number, 7-11. I do not know anyone in the world that can hack a computer, a lottery ticket, the Hong Kong Jockey Club, right? And have her 2 numbers, no numbers before 7, no numbers between 7-11. And to me, she's proving that I'm not imagining things, that I'm actually channeling her or whispering to her. So these whisperings have been for the last 10 years. I've written an ebook, 2 ebooks on this. Some of it a bit raw. It's not very polished because I still do not know what the role is. And now I will, the Spiri show is very important for me. And I'm very happy that 2 of you could come, or a few of you could come. So thank you for this. In the future, I will, let me ask you some questions. Sunny and Wendy. Are you there, Wendy?
Yes.
Wendy, are you there? Don't
Yes,
know.
I'm here.
You're here. So I actually will start a small group. Maybe we'll wait for more numbers. But if you're interested, I'm going to have a course called Certified Healer and Life Coach. And it will be 7 to 10 1-hour courses. Very short. Probably I will need 7 to 10. Angelis, you can type in the key principles of that. I do not know I can achieve this or not, but I will make it very concise, because the topics I talk about, each one of the topic, for instance, higher consciousness, I can take 1 week to teach you, but I'm just going to teach you in 1 hour. Because if I discipline myself in 1 hour, then I have to give you the essence. Rather than, my style will not be like a Sifu, that you have to, bow to him, carry his clothes for many years before he whispers wisdom to you, because you have to be loyal, you have to show, you give all your money, or, I'm the modern type of Sifu, where I give you the essence, but your practice time will take longer. But to just tell you the principle is fast. 1 hour, I'll give you the principle, but you may take 1 week, maybe in between 2 weeks, I will give you some things to do. So right now, I'm not going to charge anything. I'm not sure in the future I would, but this is something dear to my heart. I've been wanting to do for 10 years. I have so much experience. I am known as the angel whisperer. I cracked the angel code. That means I know what it's like to talk to angels. Seriously. And they are different. You don't talk to an angel like you talk to a normal. And I cracked the code. And they've been bugging me for 10 years for me to do this. I've been doing it regularly in my writing, but not as a course. So finally, I'm going to do this. Just if you're interested, Angelis will send you a little quick reply that means, hey, I'm interested. And then we'll start somewhere. Don't worry if you're not spiritual, Sunny. If you say, oh, you look at me, I'm not a monk. I call myself a bridge. That means I actually bridge the commercial, the business with the spiritual and all that. And I also bridge those who are very spiritual, who hates money. You know, you talk to a lot of religious, oh, they hate money, think money is the root of all evil, right? And then I try to bridge them to understand more about the corporate world and business. So I'm actually the bridge. I can choose to shave my head and be a monk, but then people were not able to relate to me. Understand? So you see, I'm quite ordinary. I'm a skeptic. I am one of the world's biggest skeptic. You know me, Virgo, and remember, Sun, and then the four planets in Virgo. This is a super critic, not just a critic, right? So I'm a very skeptic. I challenge things. I believe in the truth. I don't talk lies. I don't believe in scams and cults and all that, right? In fact, I expose them. So if you like, then next time after that Spiri show, we can do a 1 hour after that, and then it will be I will teach you one principle of being a certified healer and life coach. It will have personal growth and you have spiritual. It will be the most amazing experience. Very, very different from what I teach in AI courses and all that. So just my question, you think this is something interesting or you can explore or not? Just for my feedback. Sunny.
Yes, interesting.
Interesting, ah? You
Yeah,
sure or not?
interesting.
You got wealth, lah. Your wealth is 80%, huh? And then your the snake goes with the wealth and career is very well and affecting your health, right?
Yep.
So you're interested. So Wendy, what do you think? You feel you want to explore? You don't have to commit. I'm just saying I'm doing it from my heart, and I thought it's very convenient that after that Spiri, this like now, then we follow you 1 more hour, and I teach you a whole different thing. Much deeper, because the spiritual is more on the surface, and is more lightweight, very entertaining, very easy to digest. But one of my strength is I can crystallize very complex, even religious, spiritual thing to very simple, easy, practical thing. Because I think if it's not, then it's too difficult to teach spirituality. That's why a lot of the masters say, no, 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 you better come 20 years, dedicate to your whole life, and then I will teach you, even my dying bed, I will teach you. So that's very old school. I feel I can give you the essence in 1 hour, and then you practice. Fair or not? I think that way it doesn't tax your time, and because I'm very practical. So if you think that, then what do you call it? You're doing your best, Rob. Oh, thank you. The Almighty bless. Oh, thank you. Oh my God. I just looking at the message. So how to apply? You just click the thing. Just say, yes, I'm interested, and tell me why. That's all. So this is like 1 hour after that 2 weeks, and then you can create whatever small group, WhatsApp, whatever. I haven't set it up yet. This only came to me today. Like, you got to do this. In fact, when AI came out, when ChatGPT came out in November 30th, right? Last year. No, 2 years ago. Oh, sorry. 2022. I dropped everything and do AI startup, right? And then at that time, my understanding was, hey, let me delay my spiritual, for 3 to 5 years. But you know what? Jimmy was my catalyst. Jimmy was my wake-up call that no, it cannot wait 3 to 5 years. It cannot wait. So I need to do it concurrently. Now, of course, I'm complaining to my angels in Angel Brenda. I said, 你黐線啊，你要想我死咩? You want me to do 3 startups and 2 shows? What do you think I am, like a miracle worker? I said, you know what you said? You said, you're not alone. I said, what do you mean? I said, there are many others. There are at least 300 that will help you. Huh? Really? So you said no, you're not alone, and they will come. They are coming already. Some are also in this room, right? So you said, yeah. If I'm alone, then I'm Atlas, the one that's carrying the whole earth on his shoulders, right? So in that case, I let go. I have something called belief, Beleaf, belief. Like the leaf that drops and fall free and let go. So I think I do not know how I'm going to do it. Three AI startups all at the beginning stages. We're getting a lot of traction. Okay, if you're more interested in business, then next Tuesday I have the early show with Robren. It's more business entrepreneurship. In fact, the theme is hospitality, tourism, and events. Of which Sunny is used to be ex-GM of Swiss Garden, right? And
Yes.
yeah, so you have these two aspects. I wish I knew all these things when I was young, Exton. But I did start young. I started at 7. I was very spiritual from young. But it's taken me this long and also 10 years before I even, to crystallize, to make it palatable. Because when I first started in 2013 with this angel whisperer, I think I scared a lot of people because it was too raw. I did not know how to package it. I don't know what's happening with me. Then Amish 370 happened, and then I can sense things in the captain's diary, and all that stuff was happening. Yeah. So in fact, my cousin was supposed to be on that plane in 370, but it was a wedding day on the 8th of March, 2014. I think some angels saved him. True. I have so many stories to tell. It cannot wait 3 to 5 years. So I have to thank Jimmy for this. That in a way he is a catalyst for me to say, yeah, okay. Now I resolved that I will do the AI and my corporate and training, all that daytime, right? Weekdays, right? Nighttime and weekends is for Spiri. Of course, some things like next Tuesday will be at night, okay? But in general, weekday, the 9 to 6 is for business corporate, and then evening. I think I've always been doing that most of my time. So looks like it's concurrently done. So you like that? Whether you sign up or not, you sign up. At least I know what you're thinking. Then this is to certify you as a healer as well as a life coach. That means you're able to talk to people, to affect them, to influence them. In fact, this will be even more powerful than any corporate training I've ever done. I do leadership, I do soft skills, I do change management, but this one goes to the heart of the matter, which is your psyche, your character, and your intention. So if you like that, just join me. We can start very small. I'm not looking for huge numbers. I'm not here to try to change the world, right? I'm just starting pockets of change. And if it starts with you, few, let it be, and a bit of our crew. So thank you very much. So, wow, Sunny, I did well. I'm normally very chong. Hey, I can take hours, right?
Correct. You know yourself already.
I
You
know
are
myself.
going the next level.
Good.
You are concise.
Yeah, I find that when my spiritual help my business and my business help my spiritual, because my business so make me sharper to be. So that's why I feel I'm a good bridge for those who are overly spiritual and religious, that they can chill a bit, and know about more about business and soft skills that will help you in your life. I know a lot of religious people that are don't have the soft skills, don't have all this life skills, And then I met a lot of big tycoons and CEOs that don't care about the spiritual and the character building and all that. So I try to bridge this too. So thank you
Great.
very much.
Thank you. Robren,
That's it. We have
for
short.
sharing.
I'm not going to go to the next hour because unless you got questions about, any question about the healing thing?
No.
Yeah, so don't worry about it. Right now, I already had an idea what it is. I already designed a course like 3-4 years ago, but the last year things have changed so much for me. I think I need to update it. So to be honest, I need to relook at it. But basically, they're just principles of higher consciousness, healing, and personal growth. It'll be so powerful that when you speak the truth and love and light, people will get it. This is the most wonderful thing, and I made a promise to Angel Brenda in the last 25 minutes that I would do this. So I will fulfill this, and then so we'll start small. Thank you, Sunny. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you, guys. This will be in a recording, and we will put it up. So if anyone listening to this, you can join. Sunny, what do you think of the hour that we're doing? Is it a good time on a Saturday? I have no idea. Or should we do on a weekday or at 10 p.m. or definitely
for
can't
me,
do on a.
Yeah, for me, I think because now I'm already relaxed, I'm back to be human. So weekdays, I'm fine. You see, weekends, then I have a little bit more activities. So but I'm speaking for myself as a person, human being, human race. But
So
we need
if
to
it's
look at
if
those
it
on the
if it
weekdays, on the weekends. Those who are working now.
so that's why should I do it more on a weekend or weekday? For Spiri, I'm talking Spiri. I'm not talking the corporate one, the early show.
Okay.
Any ideas?
I think Spiri weekends make sense.
Makes sense, huh? Okay. Yeah, because
But you may have to be extra careful because a lot of weekends people are having their relaxed time.
yeah, exactly.
chill out
That's
time.
why
Yeah.
a lot of it told me, hey, they can't come. They so
Yeah.
many told me they can't come at
Yep.
at too short notice. And then when the US comes in, for instance, they tend to do it like before I was part of this Money in You and all that whole group. They tend to do it at 9 a.m. Saturday, Hong Kong time, and Los Angeles time is actually 9 is 5 16 hours difference. So it is 9 is 5 p.m. in Los Angeles the day before.
Yeah.
So that could be an interesting time. But Saturday, some people sleep in.
Yes, correct.
A lot of people sleep in at 9. If you ask me 9,
because after 1 week of work, Saturday
a
I just
lot of
want
people
to
sleep in. That's
sleep in.
why I know a personal friend that will only wake up 11 something for lunch. So that's why it's tricky. You have to be very dedicated. So we have to try different hours. Thank you, Sunny guys.
Thank you,
Thank
Robren.
you,
Thank you for sharing.
and this will be a great start. Thank you, Sunny.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Have a great weekend, everyone. Have a blessed Sunday.